recording right now, and I'm going to start showing my screen. And I'm also going to jump in to the slideshow, and we will get underway. I'm not going to waste your time. Thanks again for joining me. It's Brian G. Johnson. And I'll ask you now, can you see my screen okay? Is the screen coming up okay? As I kind of get my toolbars all set up. Awesome. Well, everybody, it's Brian G. Johnson. I'm really excited to share with you what I've been busy doing. And I've had a tremendous amount of success. I've had some hardship. I had some roadblocks. But what I'm going to show you is how to avoid all of that stuff tonight. And I want to let you know that what you're about to witness is based on actual events. This is really a true story. And if you've been with me, and I recognize a lot of people like Susan and Michael and Tony, and lots of people that have been with me in the past, you know that I like to have fun. I love to help people achieve success. And at the same time, it's my goal as an entrepreneur to do all those things and make a lot of money at the same time. Now, here's what I'm going to guarantee and promise. It's a big promise, but I'm going to work hard at achieving success. 90 minutes from right now, you're going to have the ability to leverage a passive earning formula that you'll be able to implement immediately after this presentation. Now, you're going to be able to do that because I'm going to walk you through the formula. I'm going to show you examples. I'm going to show you what to do, what not to do. I'm going to show you tactics and strategies that I'm using right now. And that's why this is going to be really a packed 90 minutes of content. And I'll let you know that this is the same formula that consistently puts four-figure residual income straight into my bank account, month after month after month. And I'll also mention that that income is outside internet marketing. This isn't income made selling you guys stuff on internet marketing. This isn't like, how to install WordPress. This is about like smoothies and dogs and space. And it's exciting. And I really am energized by what I'm doing. And what I want to let you know is also lots of ordinary folks are making some incredible paydays, some folks for the very first time. And this formula is based on 438 days of scientific experiments and testing. I've really been in the trenches. I'm doing this, and that's going to allow me to report back to you guys tonight. Okay? Now, for well over many, many years, the thing that I've always tried to focus on, the ultimate goal has been to set something up once and get paid again and again and again. Now, when you're able to successfully do that, it is amazing what can happen. Now, I remember back in the day, AdSense and setting up sites and just getting paid month after month after month. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And I do it by focusing on traffic and conversions. And really, if you've been with me or if you've attended a webinar of mine in the past, if you've been on my blog, if you read a post that I made on the Warrior Forum, it's always been about SEO. It's always been about traffic and how to make money. You don't hear me talking about outsourcing or doing a local SEO. I like to figure out how to do something online and get paid again and again. And I began my education years and years ago. In fact, here you can see this screenshot here. The timestamp is June 30th, 2002. We're talking 11 years ago. And I was asking about linking sites and PageRank and SEO, and I was doing it on Webmaster's World. And here you can see me in a conversation with Google Guy, a.k.a. Matt Cutts, about the recent Google update. And I've been talking about updates for, again, 10, 12, 13 years. And that's a lot of experience. And that's a lot of stuff I bring to the table. And again, always about traffic and converting that traffic into the sale. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight. And here you can see by doing just that, I was able to generate 1,417 sales. I've been able to earn over $118,000 with the AdSense program. again, you just can't earn that kind of money, you know, outside or inside of internet marketing. This isn't, you know, selling people how to make money. This is me doing it, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And I've done great with eBay, and I've done amazing with web hosting. And then in 2008, I started to share. I started to really bring my ideas to the table because I felt like that would be fun and exciting, and I felt like I did have a lot to share. And from that point on, you know, I've had the opportunity to get to know people like Susan and Danny Ramdini and Aiden Booth and Mario Soto and so many people that are now part of my inner circle. People that have bought my courses, moved on, gotten results. And here you can see some of the courses. Now, in 2009, I released Commission Ritual. Now, there's a reason that that course is red. It's because I understood the importance of a simple formula that anybody could apply and get results. The year and a half or so prior to that, prior to releasing that course, I really try to teach people everything I know about SEO or everything I know about affiliate marketing, and I really didn't leverage the power of a formula. Now, once I started doing that, amazing things started happening. And when I put out Commission Ritual, it had a 9-step SEO formula. And the response by the community, not testimonials, but just people saying, wow, really fantastic information. Here someone says, you know, what's been the best product you've purchased? Commission Ritual. Really proud of that. And in 2009, someone posted, you know, what's the internet marketing product of the year? And again, Brian Johnson, Commission Ritual. And that's the kind of thing I strive for. That's the kind of impact I want to have. It's not just about, you know, submission of the list and mailing and selling as much stuff. It's really coming up with ways that people can achieve success. And that success led to more success, like being able to speak and share ideas from the stage and being a member of the ClickBank Premier program 3 times in a row. And this is what I want you guys to know. Listen, if you want to make money, I'm going to give you everything I got tonight. I'm going to show you examples. I want to lead you if you're ready to come on the ride with me. And the first thing I'll say about that is find someone who's walking the walk, find the guy that's doing it, and follow them. Literally copy them. I copy all the time, and the results have been tremendous. Now, thank you for allowing me 5 minutes to set the stage. I've given you a little background of how I got here. And from this point on, we're going to talk about what I like to call my revenge formula. And this image is really about starting fresh. And if you've been disappointed with the results of the past, as humans, we have the opportunity to clear the slate clean, to wipe the deck, to start anew. And that's exactly what I did in 2012. How are you guys coming along? Are you guys getting me okay? Is this making sense? Really excited to have you. And I'm just going to check in because I want to make sure that we're all together in this. Okay, I want you to walk away, and Susan says yes, so thanks for that. Okay, so this is my money formula for making passive residual money right now in 2013. And I personally believe it's going to have a bigger impact than my Commission Ritual did in 2009. And the reason for that is I've been on dozens of webinars. I'm sharing this information. I'm putting it out there. And I really want people to be able to get results literally after an hour of spending time with me on this webinar. Now, the reason I call it the revenge formula is because, again, in 2012, I wanted to start with something new. And I wanted to go into an area that was different from traditional SEO. One of the things I didn't want to do is I did not want to rely on Google. And that was really hard. It took me some time. It was some soul searching. Now, I'll tell you right now, I still have a blog. I still drive a lot of traffic. It still works, but undoubtedly, it's harder to see results, especially if you're just getting started. And if all the traffic is flowing from one source, in other words, if you have 1,000 visitors a month, but all the traffic comes from Google, and Google has an update, and the traffic goes away, well, then all of a sudden the income goes away. And I wanted to have diversification in my business. The bottom line, it's harder than it used to be when we talk about Google. And that's not from me. as an affiliate marketer, this is the kind of messages I got tired of reading. Avoid cookie-cutter approaches such as affiliate programs. Again, that's from Google, okay? And again, it's not as dependable. It's getting more complex and more time-consuming. And that leads us to, there it is, 2012, January, I was in Austin, Texas. I was spending thousands of dollars to attend the highest level conventions I could to soak up information, to hear ideas, to surround myself with some new inspiration. And I was pretty excited, and I started coming up with some ideas. And my ideas started from what I like to call the merchant blues. Okay? Now, what are the merchant blues? Well, at the time, what Brian was doing was finding physical product keywords like Dracula costume or maybe foam mattress or air mattress or 12-cup coffee maker. And in this image, we're looking at a screenshot of Google for a physical product term that is 12-cup coffee maker, and every single darn site is a merchant site. Where does Brian fit in? How do I get on page one? It's Walmart, it's Amazon, it's Target, it's Bed Bath & Beyond, and it's like that for 90% of the physical product-driven keywords. And it makes it really hard. And I thought, if you can't beat them, join them. And I thought, I heard a lot of people talking about Kindle, and I wanted to try some things in a new way. And I want to tell you right now that this is pretty different than what's out there. And this is how I'm doing it. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not writing anything. I'm not doing cover graphics. I'm not really doing any of that. Instead, what I'm doing is coming up with simple reports. I'm outsourcing, and I've come up with this system, the 6-step formula that allows me to get the results I want. Now, in February of this year, I actually released a 1,200-word report. Now, I was able to finish this in 6 hours. I want you to stop and I want you to think about some of the stuff you might have done, or if you're just getting started, I want you to think about, wouldn't it be nice if I could teach myself a simple 6-step formula that literally I could be done with it in 6 hours? That's really important because one of the problems people have with achieving success online is that they struggle to get to the finish line. They struggle to get anything done. They struggle to create an asset. And that's what I want you to think about. If you're trying to write a blog post and it's not finished and you can't publish, you haven't created an asset. If you've got a blog but it's not really driving traffic, it's kind of an asset, but without traffic, it's not really there. This system allows me to get done in hours. I'm creating assets, and again, I'm not writing, I'm not creating covers, and I'm outsourcing these reports for pennies on the dollar. As little as $50 to maybe as much as $100 to be able to move forward. Now, do you guys want to see the report that I actually created in February? I want to show you this report right now, okay, guys? And again, this is what's so cool. I'm like the manager guy. I'm the guy that's doing the marketing, moving forward, and I want to show you that report right now, okay? Number one is that this is a report about space. It's 1,200 words. If you're a blogger, if you're writing articles for people to make a little money on the side, you know that 1,200 words really isn't that long. Now, you can do this on your own, or you can outsource. And one of the things that's so awesome is it's only 1,200 words. You don't have to pay a lot to get the content written. Now, if you want to do SEO and you want to create an authority website, you probably want to have a whole bunch of pages, and each page is going to be a minimum of maybe 500 words. Now, I normally pay $10 for a 500-word article. Now, that means I can get 2 or 3 articles, and I'm done, and I've spent 20, 30, maybe I go crazy and I give someone a bonus, $40 on the content, okay? And again, you can do this on your own. You can outsource, and this is the report I created. It's actually a children's book. It's published to Amazon, and that's the power here. This is not about Kindle. This is about leveraging the 9,000-pound gorilla in the room. You've got to figure out how to drive traffic in internet marketing. And once you're driving traffic, you want to convert it. Now, what's so exciting is that this is on Amazon, and right now there are hundreds of thousands of consumers buying ebooks. You know it's true. You've seen the data, and this is how I'm moving forward, okay? Again, I didn't write that book. In fact, none of the books that you're going to see tonight were written by me. And I didn't create any of the covers myself. Everything is completely outsourced, and it just works like crazy. Okay, again, this is not about being an author. This is not about writing book after book. What this is about, guys, is that Amazon and Kindle are the bank. Okay? Kindle is the opportunity where the money comes from. Amazon is this huge website where you basically can create pages on Amazon every time you publish. And all it has to be is 1,000 words. And it's easy to drive traffic. And not only that, we've got all these consumers on Amazon. We have traffic from Google, traffic from Amazon, and so on. Now, let's talk about what kind of things can happen. Can you imagine generating earnings from one book in 1 month of $987.50? Again, one book, 1 month. And that book makes me money the following month, and the following book. And here's another book that I didn't write. I didn't design the cover. I outsourced it for pennies on the dollar, and it generated me in this month $452.50. And here's another book that generated me $586.25. Again, monthly earnings. Now, at this point, what I've shared with you guys is about the results from 3 books. I want you to just quickly kind of add up in your head what kind of total monthly income those would make. And I'll tell you right now, I have dozens of those kinds of books. Again, here's another one of the books. I think actually I didn't remove this one. This should have been removed. But $987 from one book. And that space book is generating as much as $280.98 in 1 month. I'll tell you, that space book cost me less than $100 to outsource. I made all my money back within about a 10-day period, and every single month, it's pure profit. It's easy. It's simple. And that's exactly what I'm going to share with you tonight. I'm going to show you how I did that. That's what we're going to talk about. What I've shown you is a result of the formula that I will share with you, like I said. Okay, are you guys ready to see it? So, again, the beginning, I kind of showed you some background of myself. Then I kind of said, so in 2012, I set forward to figure out a new way, and now I've just shown you the results of what I'm doing. And it's exciting, and now we're going to jump in, and I want to show you exactly how I'm doing this. Okay, right now, tonight, as we're on this webinar, there are thousands of Amazon consumers that are on Amazon. And what I want you to know is they're searching for the right book. A lot of people, when you put yourself in the position of, oh gosh, I need to write a book, it's really scary. But if you break it down and you go just a bit deeper and you say, well, you know, what if I just ask you to write the right book? Or what if I ask you to outsource a book that the consumers are trying to find? Now, if it's a children's book, like I just showed you, well, it shouldn't be too many words. That's great. If we outsource it, it's cheaper for us. And it should have lots of pictures. That sounds like fun. I love to go to these image sites and collect a lot of neat images, and we'll talk about that as we move forward. And a lot of people, when I started studying about Kindle, I heard that, you know, all the money's in fiction. Fiction, do fiction if you really want to make money. And certainly there's a lot of money there. And at some point I'll probably move into it. But honestly, right now today, I say forget fiction. Don't do fiction because it slows you down. If I say fiction, all of a sudden you're Stephen King. You're trying to be creative. You've got to come up with a story. And what we want to do is we want a straight line right to getting done. We want to reduce as many roadblocks as possible so you can move forward. And nonfiction makes it really easy, okay? And with that, what we want to do is we want to make it interesting for kids and at the same time educational. We want parents to feel like, hey, you know, I'm going to buy my child a book that is exciting and fun and at the same time is educational. We'll read it together. It'll be a good experience. And I'll show you what some of my customers have actually said about that space book as we move forward. Now, the 6-step formula that I'm going to walk you through tonight, guys, it absolutely must be followed in order once you understand my entire system. But alas, that's the problem. You don't understand the whole system. You don't even know the whole formula. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump to step 5 right now. Because what I've seen is so many people stumble on the idea of creating a book or writing a book. And I want to show you that it's really not that difficult to do. And again, in this case, we're going to look at children's books. It's going to be a nonfiction children's book. It's going to be fairly short. And that's okay because you can actually have too many words in a children's book, and that's not what the consumers want. They want something that's easy for their child to read. They want something that's filled with pictures and so on. Now, here you can see I've actually gone to Amazon, and I've navigated to the Kindle store and the subcategory children's books. And we've got all these categories like animals and arts and music and computers and fairy tales and history and humor. Oh, wait a minute. We're not going to pay attention to fairy tales, okay, because that is fiction. We're going to make it simple, and I'm going to show you where to get ideas, how to format an outline of your book, how to outsource it, how to get the images and everything. Now, does anybody have a topic that might be suitable for a children's book? Does anybody have an idea? Friendship. Actually, that's really, really awesome. Affiliate mom. Friendship is great, and there's actually a subcategory called like lifestyle issues or issues for children. How to brush your teeth would be fantastic. That would be like, you could make it kind of quirky and fun, but it would still be nonfiction. These are all great. Dinosaurs. I'll tell you, Kate, I've actually done some simple books on dinosaurs, and I'm pretty happy with the revenue that they're paying me every single month. So let's kind of take Kate's idea of a dinosaur or a similar animal, and let's talk about creating a book about butterflies. Now, in this case, you can see here I've searched Google for butterflies, and so often when you're trying to research a singular subject like butterflies or dinosaurs or kids brushing their teeth or some kind of a subject, Wikipedia comes up time and time again. And really what Wikipedia is this great resource where people pool their ideas, they work together on the most amazing article. And here I've gone ahead and I've clicked to the Wikipedia site, and you can see all these great bullet points that the article talks about. So if you wanted just to learn about migration, you could find that under 6, flight, and then 6.1, migration. And the beginning of the article talks about life cycle, eggs, caterpillars. And what I do is I literally open up Word, and if I'm going to create a book about butterflies, I start taking all these down, all these topics here as bullet points. I might have butterflies have an amazing life adventure. In fact, a butterfly almost has 4 lives in one, from eggs to caterpillars to wing development to finally a full adult. And when you have these kind of bullet points, it's really easy later to come back and write some simple sentences. Now, we'll talk about how to outsource that in just a minute. But just know that you start off and you're going to go through the whole article and you're just going to look for great bullet points. If it sounds too confusing, sometimes these articles are very scientific, well, you're going to leave it out because it's a children's book. But most of the time, you're going to have a lot of information that will make it easy for you to move forward. Now, the next thing we need is we need to amass some images to help us include these great images in our books. And what I'll let you know is that this website right here, search.creativecommons.org, is a search engine that allows you to search multiple sites from one interface. And most important is that you can find images that can be used for commercial purposes. You see that in the yellow box? Used for commercial purposes. And here I put in gray wolf. And if you were actually to do that search, you would find images from state parks, beautiful, high-quality images from state parks that feature gray wolves. And if you were creating a book about wildlife in Alaska or gray wolves or different wolf species, then these images would be amazing to include. And again, they're high quality, they're taken at national state parks, and you'd be surprised at just how easy it is to find great images. Now, the next step, let's say you want to outsource it. Well, in Word, or if you're on Macintosh and you're on Pages, it might say you've got your article and you've got all your bullet points, right? And at the top of the article or the top of the bullets, you simply say, "Hello, Mr. or Mrs. Outsourcer. I'd like you to create a 1,000-word article written for children. I'd like you to cover each of the bullet points that I've labeled here for you. Now, I don't want complex sentence structure. I don't want paragraphs that are 7 or 8 sentences long. In fact, I only want paragraphs that are 2 or 3 or maybe 4 sentences max." Now, what happens is you send that to the outsourcer. They write all the information, and then literally you drop in your images. So did you know that butterflies migrate every year from Mexico to the United States, and they fly over 3,000 miles? Picture of a monarch butterfly. Did you know that the butterfly enjoys a crazy life cycle and starts out as a larva? Picture. Then turns into a caterpillar. Another picture. And all the pictures are sourced for free. And it's that easy to move forward. And again, because we're only paying for maybe 1,000 words, it's pretty inexpensive. So at this point, short text blocks, images, which you can get for free all over the web. It should be easy to read, and it's got to be interesting and fun for the child. And the parent needs to feel that I'm buying a good book. It's going to be educational, and that makes me a good person, a good parent, and I'm willing to spend $2.99 on it. And that's just how easy it really is. I want you guys to do this. It's so powerful. It's exciting. It's fun. And at this point, what you've done is you've created an asset. And again, like I said, so many fail because they never reach the end. They don't create the asset. And I started off with children's books because it's quick, it's easy to get done with, and once you've got a few under your belt, you can take some of your earnings and you can outsource other books or different kinds of books. And you start opening your mind to the fact that you're a publisher. Not an author, but a publisher. You know, a lot of people fail because they go straight into author mode. If they hear Kindle's awesome, and honestly, this is what I did in 2012. I went straight into author mode. It was a lot harder than I wanted it to be. It took a long time to get done because I was writing these 40,000-word huge books. You don't have to do that. So a lot of people fail to achieve results because they don't know how Amazon works. They're not thinking like marketers. They're going into author mode. All these pitfalls can happen, and if you follow this formula, it will safeguard you. The revenge formula will walk you through the pitfalls and the traps that you may encounter and will help you to get to the money just that much quicker. That's why I really want you to use this system. If you're publishing now, you can use this. You're going to get better results. If you're publishing now, you can use this on books you've already got published to identify what went wrong. If you've never published, do this system, and you're going to have results that much quicker. I guarantee it. And I don't say that often, but I'm that confident in this system. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to help Amazon to sell a whole bunch of our products, and they'll pay us 70% royalties. Now, as we move forward, I want you to think about what Amazon's mission is. What is their business mission? What are they trying to accomplish? This is what I think. Amazon is a retail store, and their goal is to serve and to sell customers products. Okay? Amazon, the goal is to sell products to customers. I think we probably all agree on that. Now, what is the goal of Google? Google's goal is to provide users with a website that helps them identify and find the best websites on a given subject. Which is easier, do you think, to make money? Well, what I'll tell you today is Amazon all day long. And when I say that, you know, our goal is to basically help Amazon sell our books, right? Help Amazon sell our books. this is an email a friend sent to me after he was helping me on this project, and he was doing some research, and he said, I couldn't believe it, dude. I got this email from Amazon, and your book was featured at the top. And it said, you know, we noticed you're interested in cookbooks, food, and wine, and you might want to check these out. And what I'll tell you is I've received tons of these. And that particular book that's at the top there is my book, and it's earned me thousands and thousands of dollars based on this formula. So now what we're going to do is we're going to spend the next 40 minutes walking through steps 1 through 6 of the formula. And it starts off with identifying a selling topic. A lot of people go into author mode and they just create a book about whatever whim tickles their fancy. That's not how, if you want to make money, then you want to go with the marketing. You want to figure out what the demand is by the consumers. If you want to write a book because you think it sounds like fun and you want to be an author, then this doesn't matter. But if you're here to make money, we want to identify selling topics. I call this piggyback promos, step 1, because we're going to look at some of the information available to us on the Amazon website. And what we're going to do is we're going to identify 3 books in the top 10 results of any category that have been published for at least 60 days. Okay, so we're looking for 3 books and the top 10 category results that have been published for at least 60 days. And we're going to look at Amazon bestsellers rank. Now, my question for you guys, do you have any idea why I have included, we only want to look at books that have been published for at least 60 days? Now, Mason, I'll take those questions at the end of the presentation, buddy. Just hold on to them. I want to keep flowing because I really do have a lot of information. I'll absolutely take your questions later, though. So does anybody have any idea? They have staying power, affiliate mom, pretty close. Current topics, not quite hit. Let me ask you guys this. What do consumers love? This has to do with consumer buying habits. Remember, what Amazon is trying to do is sell products. And what do consumers love? Popular stuff. Hot new items. Susan, you got it. And Nikki got it too. New. Okay? Amazon doesn't care that the book's new. What Amazon cares about is the consumers and their love of all things new. So what I'll tell you, and this is really helpful when we're publishing and we're competing against these other books that are more established, or maybe books published by big-name authors, is that because our book is new, Amazon will promote the book more. I call it the new book boost. Now, we're going to only look at results that have been published for at least 60 days, so we're not looking at those books. Someone said staying power, and that's where the staying power comes. And we're going to look at books that have an Amazon bestsellers rank of 15,000 or below. Now, what I want you to know is this. All products on Amazon have an Amazon bestsellers rank. The lower the number, the more products or the more books are selling. 15,000 is really good. If you could maintain sales of 15,000 in a category for 30 days, you would probably be making your house payment, or you'd be making a car payment for a very fancy car, right? Maybe $1,000. Now, if you get below 10,000, it's really exciting. So what we're doing here is we're going to ensure that we're creating a book based on, again, what I said is a selling topic. We just don't want to create any old book. We want to make sure that it's based on something that Amazon Kindle buyers are very interested in. And we don't want to lift a finger. We don't want to write a word. We don't want to pay a penny to outsourcers until we've identified the selling topic. Now here you can see I've got details, product details on the screen. And we can see there's an Amazon bestsellers rank of 57,000. That's not really too bad. It's not too bad at all. Some of my books right now have that current ranking. But to identify a selling topic, we've got to get below 15,000. Now notice the big red arrow to the right here. And notice it points to categories. And here we're inside of education and reference, science and technology. And if I were to click that link, I would be taken to Amazon category best sellers. Okay, think about that. So these are the best-selling books in a category. Now, if we know that Amazon bestsellers rank is an indication of sales volume, and if we know that Amazon provides us with bestsellers in a category, we can get a rough category average to get an idea of how much revenue is flowing through a category. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So all you need to do is you're going to qualify a category. Okay? You're going to say, geez, this category, food and wine, healthy living, and vegetables and vegetarian is a good category. And you're going to qualify it by identifying 3 books in the top 10 that have been published for at least 60 days with an Amazon bestsellers rank of 15,000 or below. Now, if it's a children's book, I'll go 25,000 simply because a children's book takes less resources, costs me less money, etc. Now, at this point, I've identified a selling category and a selling topic. And I only publish to books that are approved selling categories, right? I only publish to categories where I know there are a lot of sales happening and so on. So at that point, we've identified a subject, we've identified a category that makes sense, and now with step 2, we're going to ratchet up and we're going to name our book based on the kind of keywords that people are searching for. Now, when I got started, I heard all kinds of stuff like only pay attention to keywords at Amazon. Whatever you do, don't look at the keywords at Google. And then I also heard, whatever you do, don't pay attention to the keywords at Amazon. It's the categories. And what I'll tell you, I think, is that all of those matter. You want to pay attention to the categories. You should pay attention to Google because it could drive free traffic to your book listing. It could result in more book purchases. And, of course, we want to pay attention to Amazon, right? Now, here you can see I've actually searched for the entire Kindle store for smoothie recipes for weight loss. I'm number 1 out of 100 results. And I was able to get that ranking immediately by simply identifying a search term and naming the beginning of my book based on that search term, smoothie recipes for weight loss. And at the same time, I'll tell you, I was also gunning for smoothie recipes. Now, what I also do is I pay attention to what's happening at Google, and I pay attention to how people are searching at Google. And here you can see that smoothie recipes for weight loss book, my book is ranked number 1 for that search term. And here again, another result, smoothie recipes for weight loss book, and I've got a book on Amazon. It's ranked number 1. These are real search terms that people are searching for. It's a different search term. And this is how it works. And here, I mentioned that I was also gunning on Amazon for smoothie recipes. And here, my results, smoothie recipes, across the entire store. Not just Kindle, but notice I'm searching the entire store. There are 2,128 results, and my book comes up number 2. Now, I'm going to identify and point out for you what the book that's listed above me is doing wrong and what they could do to increase their earnings when we get to step 3 in just a few minutes. Now, I want to let you know that this image was taken on June 3rd. And you'll see I'm mixing it up with National Geographic, and here's my space book. Notice it's a number 1 bestseller. I'm on page 1 of Amazon. There are over 700,000 results, and I'm on page 1. And actually, right now, if you were to search, you'd see my book is number 1. The number 1 result. It's an Amazon bestseller. It's actually here. It's got 14 customer reviews. I'm going to show you some customer reviews I've gotten the last few days, and I'm going to explain how I got those as we move forward. Now, remember earlier I showed you those income claims. Well, that smoothie book generated that $987.50 in 1 month. Really, really powerful. And I was able to do that by driving more traffic. One of the things I want to share with you is we're building a better book from start to finish. The 6 steps are essentially, they're just not 6 random steps. What I've done is I've taken the most critical aspects of creating a book, and I've created steps around those. So step 1 is identify something that people are going to buy. Step 2 is going to allow us to drive more traffic. Step 3 is going to help us to convert more of the traffic into sales. We're building a better book all the way through. This is how I name all of my books. All of my books have 2 parts of the title. Part 1 is a primary phrase. So my primary phrase is smoothie recipes, as well as smoothie recipes for weight loss. So my book title starts out with that, smoothie recipes for weight loss. Now the second part is like a description of the book, right? And what I do is identify keywords that people are searching for at Google as well as Amazon, and I create a description that comes at the second part of my title. The Daily Diet, Cleanse, and Green Smoothie Detox Book. Now, what we've done is we've really paid attention to Google, to Amazon, how people are searching, and this is exactly how I do it. So I always go to Amazon first, and I'm going to simply scroll through the store, and I'm going to enter in my primary keyword phrase that best describes the book I'm going to create. I type in smoothie, and I see all these results that come up. Smoothie recipes, and right away my brain says 2 things are happening here. Number 1, a lot of people searching for smoothie recipes, a lot of people searching for weight loss, smoothies for weight loss, smoothie recipes for weight loss, smoothie weight loss secrets, smoothie recipes for weight. So it's recipes and it's weight loss. So it makes sense. I'm going to name my books Smoothie Recipes for Weight Loss. Now I've identified the first part of my title. And next, what I need to do is I need to dig deeper, and I need to see how people are searching Amazon. So I add in the primary phrase, once again, smoothie, and I start with the letter A, smoothie A. And I pay attention to the keywords that come up. Then I go to smoothie B. And again, what keywords are coming up? And smoothie C, and I see smoothie cleanse, and I write it down. And when I'm done, it takes me about 5 minutes. I've got a list of keywords that people are searching for. Now, at this point, I want to tap into some extra traffic. This step 2 will allow you to drive anywhere between 20 and 30% more traffic than most publishers, because they're not thinking about Google and Amazon. They're not thinking about not just what's happening at Amazon, but what's happening at Google. So what we do is we know we're going to name our book Smoothie Recipes, so we want to see how people are searching Google for smoothie recipes. And I see smoothie with yogurt, or smoothie recipes with yogurt, smoothie recipes for kids. And I don't think any of those are really the kind of traffic I'm looking for. I want very specific traffic. I want people that are looking for exactly what I have. So I type in smoothie recipes for weight loss, and what do I see? Number 1, I'm excited because people at Google are searching for that same exact phrase. Number 2, I see all kinds of other phrases that include the exact phrase I'm targeting. One of those is smoothie recipes for weight loss book. Now, one of the things I like to do often is include the word book in my titles, because what happens is that results in a lot of people that are searching for my type of a book from Google to find my book. And if you remember those images I showed you earlier, my book ranks number 1 for numerous search terms when people are searching for smoothies and books from Google. And where do they end up? On my book listing page on Amazon. Here again, another search term, smoothie recipes book. So at this point, we've got the selling topic. We've got a title for our book that's going to drive traffic from both Amazon and Google. And now, in step 3, I'm going to show you how I convert more of the traffic into money. And let me tell you, lots of people are kind of dropping the ball here. And it's okay. Maybe they don't understand how critical the cover is. But I want to share with you some of my results. I want to show you how much money I was making when I published that book. I want to show you what I did to improve the earnings and so on. So here's the book when I first published it. And you can see here that this particular cover, it looks okay. It's not the greatest. I had 5 reviews, but it's a little too detailed. There's 2 borders. There's this thing in the middle going on. You need people to identify right away exactly what it is. if they're looking for smoothie recipes, it has to pop. Now, you know, how much do you guys think the book was making when I first published it? I showed you my results in January. I showed you that, holy smokes, that book made nearly $1,000. But how much money do you think that smoothie book with that amateur cover was making when I launched it? And Nikki says $158. Anybody have any other ideas? That's pretty good, Nikki. It was about that. It was anywhere from $158, $150 to as much as $250 a month. And that was pretty exciting. I felt like, wow, you know, I'm getting it. And the reason why is because I had step 2 figured out. I knew all about keywords. I knew all about Google. I knew how people think, how people search, what kind of search terms to target, and it was really easy for me to dial in and come up with step 2 right away. And at the time, my book achieved a bestsellers rank of 10,000. And if your book is ranked at 10,000, you're actually outselling 99% of all Kindle books on the marketplace. There are over 1 million books published to the Kindle. So if you're at 10,000, you're at 1%. Pretty darn good. And I was pretty excited. But I had not honed the revenge formula that I'm sharing with you today to a razor-sharp edge. And I wanted to test out some new ideas. And one of them involved a new cover, and another involved a book launch, where I was going to do some specific steps to really juice and energize and make Amazon take notice. And we're going to talk about that in step 6. Now, here's the new cover. So I hired a graphic designer, and I said, this is what I want. Smoothie recipes for weight loss. He said, okay, great, I'll go to work. It cost me $20 to get this cover made. Okay? $20. And the results that I saw 30 days later blew me away. So if you've got a cover you know could be better, invest. If you're making $200 or $300 a month from one book, what's holding you up from spending 20 or 30 bucks, right? I mean, it's just common sense. Couple things. When the designer sent me back the cover, he was using a white background. Don't use a white background. The Amazon website has a white background. Remember that book I shared, and I said, I'm going to show you what this guy's doing wrong? His background is white. It doesn't stand out. It doesn't pop. Now, the second thing I said is, you know, change the background, use a pastel, use a light color, something to that effect. And I said also include a border around the book. Okay? And the reason for that is we want our books to stand out, and a border helps to grab attention. Now, the last thing I'll say is that this happens on a subconscious level. The surfer goes to Amazon, and they're surfing around, and they don't even know they're going to buy a smoothie book, right? Or maybe they do, who knows? But at that space and time, they think, oh, I want a book on smoothies. They type in smoothie recipes, and you have a chance to get clicked. And you want your cover to basically be the one that stands out. And notice smoothie recipes is in big letters. It's easy to read, even as a thumbnail. Design your covers in the thumbnail, because most people will see your book as a thumbnail cover. And if you do a good job designing for the thumbnail, they're going to click on your listing. And that's exactly how I was able to generate sales of 423 sales. And I had 110 borrows. Now, do you guys see the green bar here? You see that green bar? These are actually free downloads. And notice, in that same month, 6,250 people actually were able to download my book for free. And we're going to talk about why I did that and how I maximize free download days. And when you do it in this way, Amazon really takes notice. And what happens is they push your book out to a lot more people. And that impacts sales in a very, very powerful way. So we'll talk about that in the future. But that was my result. And, you know, you can see the kind of results and the kind of earnings that these strategies can have on your publishing. Again, I'm not doing the covers. I'm not writing the books. I'm paying people. I'm then taking the earnings, buying more content, making more books. And I'll let you know right now, guys, this is not about creating crappy books. This is about hiring good writers, and you can do that with this system. because you make good money and getting good covers done. And remember, I said building a better book, and that's exactly what we're doing. Now, the cover is vital. Now, you can go to Fiverr. Don't hire one person, hire 3 people. It'll cost you a total of $15. Choose the best design. There are some cover creators online. They're fine, but what I want you to know is that oftentimes it's not the software. Don't think that the software can make all my dreams come true. If you don't have a designer's eye, you might be disappointed. That's why I love to pay someone 10 or 20 bucks to make a cover for me, because I've seen the work that they've done. Now, another really great resource is pre-made covers. And if you Google search pre-made covers, you'll see this website show up. It's called Go On Right. And they have amazing covers that are already made. They look like a New York bestseller. And you can get one for anywhere from about $25 to $40. And all you do is you send in the name of your book and the author. The designer removes the graphic cover, never sells it again. You're the only person that it's ever sold to. They put the name of your book on the cover. They put on your author name, and you've just got an award-winning cover. Lastly, let's do the tips one more time. No white background. A border really helps to let your cover stand out. Design for the thumbnail, and have a clean look. Have a clean design. Is this making sense, guys? What do you think? Do you see how this could really impact your marketing? Do you see how we're really taking it every step of the way? We're not talking about every little detail. I'll tell you, lots of people, they hem and haw. There's so much you can focus on. You can get information overload if you want to. That's never what I've done. That's not what I teach. And I honestly believe if you focus on the 90%, and if you do really good, if you get the 90% right, if you get an A- on the 90%, you will succeed. And you'll never worry about all those details that have such a small impact on your results. Okay, guys? So let's keep moving forward. Okay, here is another subject that is vital. This is vital for your success. And because of that, I've got to cover it. And it's got to be in my formula. And here's the deal. All kinds of people are making some decisions that are going to have a really bad impact on their ability to get results. They're getting too many reviews. They're getting spammy reviews. What I want you to know is I'm doing this in an ethical way. I feel great about what I'm doing. I'm getting real people to download my books. I'm getting real people to buy my books, and they're leaving reviews. It happens over time. If you look at some of the books I've shared with you tonight, you'll see I get reviews constantly and consistently. There might be a week where I don't get a review, then I'll get 2 or 3, then I get another review, and then at 2 weeks I get a few more. And I always start off with seed reviews, and we'll talk about what that means. Remember that screenshot where I searched Amazon for the term space? Well, here we are again. Remember that screenshot earlier? I said, notice here I have 14 reviews. Well, now I have 16. Notice I'm actually outranking National Geographic. So there's Brian Johnson, little internet marketer, and I'm pulling the wool over the eyes of National Geographic. And the reason why is I'm thinking like a marketer, I'm using my formula, and this is exactly what you can do too. Now, these are some reviews that have come in on June 7th and June 6th. This is about a week ago, guys. Let's read June 7th. Nice pictures, just the right length. I enjoyed reading it with my son. How could you complain given the price? And the day before on June 6th, very educational for my 5-year-old. Remember I said you've got to appeal to 2 groups of people. You've got to appeal to the moms and dads. They need to feel like they're making a good decision buying your book. And at the same time, you've got to have something that's exciting and fun for the children. And again, another positive review. So here's what's not allowed. Amazon does not allow any reviews for any form of compensation. Okay? Amazon does not allow publishers to compensate for a review. Hey, Jim, I'll pay you $5 if you review my book. You can't do that. You've just compensated someone. Hey, Jim, I'll send you a box of steaks if you review my book, you just compensated someone again. Hey, I tell you what, Jim, if you review my book, I'll review your book. And this is happening all the time. You can't do that. But what you can do is you can say, hey, Jim, I just came out with this new book. And if you'd provide some feedback, that'd be tremendous. And maybe you do that on Facebook. Maybe you post, hey, everybody, just came out with a book. Looking for feedback. If you're interested, send me a private message. You only need a couple people to review your book when it first comes out, and that's plenty. Because when you use my formula, you're going to get more downloads, you're going to get more purchases, you're going to get more people to review, and it will happen naturally as it should. Now, step 5 is all the different ways that I use to create books. Okay? And we've just covered this, kind of scratched the surface. I've got all kinds of ideas. In fact, I can't wait to start sharing more ideas. I've got my iPad filled with images and pictures. And what I'll tell you is right now, you have so many opportunities. Maybe you know someone in your family or a friend or a coworker that's amazing with dogs. Maybe they're not Caesar Milan, but maybe they're pretty darn good. Maybe you've got an iPhone. You can spend some time together, take some pictures, meet for coffee, interview, and I'll tell you right now, that is the makings of a real book based on personal information, and that's exactly what consumers want. All kinds of things that I'm doing, and you know, I don't have time to share it all here, but just know that if you open yourself up to, it doesn't have to be about writing a book. It's about leveraging an opportunity. You'll be good to go. And at this point, you've selected a selling topic. You've created a book title based on keywords at Amazon and Google. Now, you've got a cover that looks like $1 million. And you've got a few reviews to begin the buzz. You've set the stage. And the last thing we need to do is what I call step 6, which is push button promos. And if you follow my system, you're allowed to give your book away at Amazon over a 5-day period. And when you give your book away, it has a massive impact. The more downloads you have, the more Amazon takes notice. And remember, their job is to sell stuff. So if the algorithm at Amazon says, whoa, check out that smoothie book over there. Hey, did you see that space book? People are downloading it. People are buying it. Let's push it out to the consumers. You can do that. You can start the blaze. You can set the spark that ignites your promotion by giving your book away. And you've got 5 free days over a 90-day period. And with those 5 free days, that means Brian Johnson had I've tested this so many times. I know what to do, what not to do, the best ways to use the days. Do you use all the days at once? Do you start on Monday and you end on Friday and all 5 days are gone? Maybe you do 1 day, and then 3 weeks later, another day, and then 3 weeks later, another day. Here's what I want to do. I want to show you the screenshot again because, again, notice how many downloads. 6,250. Notice the downloads here. 7,467. 2,200 downloads. 889 downloads. And remember the space book? That's ranking #1. That's got the honest customer reviews. That's a passive earner generator. It was so easy. I was done in 6 hours. That got 718 downloads over a 2-day period just days ago. And those downloads, what happened? 2 people came and reviewed my book. Bam! It's all working together. This system creates synergy. Free downloads impact the algorithm. Your book rankings go up, more people buy your book. The people that download review your book. It all works together, and it's really, really powerful. So what I want to share with you now is absolutely the best way to use your 5 free days. #1, don't use all 5 days consecutively. You don't want to do it. And the reason is simple. As time goes on, as time moves on, the number of downloads decreases. And this is especially evident by the time you get to day 3. If you do a 3-day promotion, that's not bad. And sometimes I will do a 3-day promotion. But more times than not, it's 2 days, 2 days, and a day. Because on the 3rd day, you're going to have less downloads than on day 1. Let's say on day 1, you put out a book and you have 1,000 downloads. On day 2, you'll probably have about the same amount, 1,000 downloads. And what's really cool about day 2 is that in day 1, you get those downloads, and it impacts the rankings. The rankings change every hour. So you're shooting up the bestsellers list for free. People are downloading your book more. You're getting exposure. That's great. And then by day 3, you do pretty good, but there might be a drop in downloads. Maybe you get 600. Not too bad. But day 4, you're going to have like 400. And remember, on day 1, you had 1,000. And by day 5, you might have 150 or 200. So you're going to get more downloads over the span of your book if you cycle it like this: 2 days, 2 days, and a day. Now, if it's a new book, if it's a brand new book, you've got to do everything in your power to compete. You've got to do everything in your power to get money now. Because we know if you don't see it in a month, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be jaded. You're going to feel like your time was wasted. And furthermore, if you can't make it in the first month, it's going to be harder to make it with Amazon in month 2. Remember, I said new books get a boost. So we want as many downloads that can have an impact on our reviews. We're only going to have 1 or 2 reviews. So we need people to download so they'll come back and review. So what I do is, as soon as the book's available, I schedule a 2-day promotion on Wednesday and Thursday. I do Wednesday and Thursday, or Thursday and Friday, because I'm priming for the weekend. By the time my book hits the weekend, Amazon has taken notice of all the downloads. They're excited. They push out my book to more buyers, and the weekend is a great time to buy books. What do people do on a rainy Sunday? What do they curl up with? Yeah, exactly, a good book, right? So 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, and then literally 2 or 3 weeks later for a new book, again, 2 days. Use those days up. Get momentum. Get more reviews. And then use the last day maybe a month later. Now, with established book, it's the same thing. Only you use up 2 days when you need to. Okay? So when the books begin to drop, book sales drop, 2 days. Maybe you go a month, 2 more days. And then you go another month, and you use a day. And then about that time, your 90 days are up, and you've got another 5 days. Okay, let me give you some tips, and then I want to talk about what this is about and about more information that you can access. I want you to be reasonably prolific. If you put all your hopes and dreams on 1 or 2 books, you're probably going to be disappointed. And you're going to get better at marketing. You're going to get better at identifying search terms. You're going to understand how consumers at Amazon think if you do this more often. Now, at the same time, I want you to be reasonably prolific. I don't want you putting out 1,000 books and just cranking out garbage and just filling the shelves with the virtual shelves of Kindle of garbage. No, we're creating a better book. We're adding value, great covers, good content, and so on. Now, formatting simplified. One of the things that was really difficult for me when I started was the formatting. Now, if you're doing any book, maybe you're not doing a book with a lot of pictures, it's not too hard. You can use Word. Formatting's not the greatest, but I used Word for a while, and I was fine. But once I started using more images in my books, it became cumbersome. And the reason why, you've got to resize your images to fit perfectly on the screen. You've got to compress the images to fit perfectly on the screen. That takes time. You start asking yourself, well, what's the right size? What's the best image? How do I move forward? So what I did was I started thinking, what would be the best system to create that would format perfectly for the Kindle? And here's what I want you to think. If I ask you, what exactly is a Kindle? Or what exactly is an iPad? What is that, guys? And more than that, how is the text formatted on the page? How, that text that you see, those images, how is that text coming up? Well, it's a little computer, and the text is being generated from code, HTML code. And the best way to format is to basically create a system that takes the content you implement and formats the HTML code specifically for the Kindle. And that's exactly what magicbulletbooks.com does. It's just so easy to use. Here you can see I've got 2 publications, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and the Amazon Kindle Guide. And if I need to edit a page, I simply click Edit, and the page opens up. Or if I want to publish, literally all I do is click Publish. I go to another publish page, I click publish again, and the system does all the work. If you can write an email, you can format for the Kindle. If you can use Word or Pages for the Macintosh, you can format for the Kindle. You don't have to worry about the size of the images. You take a huge image, you just put it in there, and it automatically resizes the image on the fly, instantly. And not only that, it compresses the image and makes it smaller. It saves you time. It saves you headaches. It helps you get to the finish line sooner. Remember, one of the things I said was we're absolutely going to create assets. And I want to create a 6-step system that removes as many roadblocks and hurdles as possible so people can spend the time getting done, creating assets, and making money. And that's exactly what this system does. Now, when you're done, when you click publish, you get a zip. Our system gives you a little zip. You download it to your computer. You come to Amazon. You browse for your book. You select the zip file, and you upload the zip, and you are done. It's just that easy. So you might be thinking, does this stuff really work? I mean, does it really work for like everyday people? And this is an email I received from Brock. Now, pretty cool. I just met Brock. I haven't asked for a testimonial in a while, and I'm going to do it more often because that's what one of my goals is to see success. And it's nice to hear from people. He says, holy smokes, your training in publishing to Kindle has changed my financial life. I'm now making over $1,000 a month. This is by far the easiest money I've made online. And this is Bob. Bob also emailed me. He said, holy smokes. Thank you. It was your training that helped me out. It was your training that allowed me to begin earning $500 a month. Again, these are real people. These aren't, gurus. These aren't people that I hang out with at conventions. These are people that have bought my information, they've taken action, and they've gotten tremendous results. And now it's your turn. Do you guys want to hear about a coaching program that I've gone ahead and created to allow you to get closer to me and allow you to work with me, to use the software, to use my formula? If you guys want to hear about that, I'll go ahead. And lots of people are excited. Susan says, sure. Chuck, it absolutely does the formatting. It creates the table of contents. It works so easily, and I'll show you in a minute. And Nikki says, great. So a lot of people are excited. I want to show you guys exactly what I've created. It's called Revenge of the Affiliates. And it's called that because, well, it's Revenge of the Affiliate. It's my story. It's how I've made my living for over 10 years online. It's the story of what I did in 2012. It's the story of starting new. And this is the coaching program. This is not a digital product. This is not a plug-in. I want to make that clear. This is something that's truly offered so slightly online. It's just not the kind of typical offer you see. This is a true coaching program. This is access to the proven formula. This is access to me. This is access to the Magic Bullet Books software system that completely frees you up, gives you a system. Now, if you're on a Macintosh, that's a headache. And it's harder on a Mac. But the good news is that you don't have to download software, and you don't have to worry about trying to format in Pages because you can log into our system. You log in, you enter in your information, and you're done. It runs on the web. You can be on vacation in Hawaii. You can get your content back. You can spend an hour before you go to the beach. You can be done. You can upload a Kindle, and you're done. You get all of this. And this is for people that are ready for success. This is for people that are serious. The Revenge of the Affiliates program is a partnership between you and me. And if you can follow my lead, I can help you get results. I'm extremely confident of that. And I say that coming from a spot of having led these kind of coaching programs for many years and helping people to get fantastic results. And already people are on the inside, they're publishing books, and they are making sales. Now in module number 1, you get the piggyback promos. You get PDFs that you can download right now. You get 6 over-the-shoulder videos that will walk you through the process. And you'll attend live training webinars where you'll be able to ask me information. That's valued at $197. And module number 2 is Traffic Revenge. That's valued at $197. Right now, you can access and download the PDF report. It's available this minute. You can watch 7 over-my-shoulder videos. These are not 3-hour training marathons. These are short 10-minute videos that help you identify one specific tactic or strategy. My goal is to get you in and producing assets as quickly and easily as possible. And for that reason, if you like to read, I've got you covered. If you want to watch short videos, great. If you're not sure, you'll show up on a webinar and you can ask questions. If you can't make the webinar, you can show up on the forum. I've really created a platform that I know is going to generate the most success for the largest group of people. Now, module number 3 is the money multiplier, where we cover cover creation. We cover other tactics that I didn't have time to go into tonight that talk about converting more of the lookers into buyers. So we're driving more traffic, and now I'm going to show you specifically how to increase the conversions. You get the PDFs, you get 9 over-the-shoulder videos, and again, we'll have live coaching webinars where I'll walk you through it, and that's valued at $197. Now, module number 4 is Review Madness. You get the PDFs, you get the videos, live coaching. Again, it's valued at $197. And module 5 is actually 3 modules in one. You get the Children's Book Blueprint. That's available right now. You can download that. It's about 4,000 words. It's got screen captures. It shows you exactly what to do, how to do it. You've got videos to go with that. And module 5.2 is actually a module I'll be releasing on nonfiction books. And module 5.3 is really exciting. This is some new stuff that I've been developing. And once I get done with kind of selling this program, I can't wait to get back to publishing. You know, Brian does both. I love this. I love coaching. I love helping people succeed. And at the same time, I need to be in there. I need to be tinkering. And when I got it figured out, I report back. That's what I'm doing today. I'm reporting back. And that personal book module is going to be pretty exciting. That, again, is valued at $197. And module 6 is valued at $197. You get the reports. You get the over-the-shoulder videos. You get coaching webinars. And there's actually 2 additional modules. That's Traffic Unlimited and Outsource It, where I share and help you to outsource more effectively, my strategies for outsourcing, how to get great writers, and so on. You get the videos, you get reports, and you get live coaching. Now, as soon as you access the materials, I want you to print off the goal sheet. I want you to fill it out, and I want to put it right next to your monitor. And the reason I want you to do that is I need you to stay focused. And if you see that thing every time you sit down, you're going to say, yeah, I got some skin in the game. I'm in Brian's program. I know this is going to work, but I've got to focus. And that goal sheet will help you do just that when it's right by your monitor. Now, you've also got a Getting Started guide. You got PDFs, you got videos, live coaching. And this is something that just most folks don't do. Most people that do what I do not show up for 12 webinars. Do not make themselves available. You know, if you've got questions, get a microphone, ask me. If you are wondering about your book, I will review it. Live, I will go through, I will provide detailed feedback that you can use to improve your book, to do better the next time. You'll get 12 webinars led by myself. This is a 3-month program. I'm taking you from A, the beginning, to Z, the end. And I'm going to teach you everything I know about publishing, driving traffic, and making this work. I've got great results, and already my members are on the inside publishing. And this weekend, Leanne sold 3 books, and she is over the moon. And Larry, who's been with me for a long time, he says, Brian, it works. Congratulations. I'm excited to move forward. Get the rest of that stuff to me. I can't wait for the first webinar. I sold some books this weekend, too. And I'm talking about people on the inside of my community. And you get to access the private members forum. You get to access the private Facebook group that's now over 500 users, because we've already put 300 plus people into this program. It's almost about to be over, and you guys are kind of getting in on the tail end of it here. But there's still time to get in. And you'll get a lifetime access to a software system that cost me a pretty penny, let me tell you. This system was built by Danny Ramdini, and he spent about 6 weeks, and we envisioned this thing, we talked it over, we created it, and it's just easy. It just works, too. People go in, they read a few things, they watch a video, and they're producing books. They're not worried about the image size or the compression or the formatting or the table of contents because it does all of that. Now, how much does this 3-month adventure cost? How much would you pay to access the software? And how much is it worth of your time to not try to figure it out, to not make the mistakes, to not screw up on the topic that you choose? How much is your time worth? You know, the total value is $2,317, and that's real world money. That's not trumped up. That's not, you know, crazy numbers. I'm selling that software for $297. I value those webinars at $497. That's about 20 hours of my time, and I value my time. Now, I'm not going to haggle. I'm not going to, you know, sound like the used car salesman. I want you to know that I really want you to get in. And I've lowered the price as much as possible. And you won't even pay $697 because I want you to jump in on this. I want you to get in now. And I've got an early bird discount of $200. Now, that early bird discount is actually going away in not too long of a time. Literally 48 hours or so. I'm going to wake up Wednesday morning and I'm going to increase the price by $200 because I don't want people to, you know, that Brian, he never raised. No, that's what I'm going to do. That's what this is worth. And if you get this thing now, you'll save $200. And I'm doing this because I want people to jump in when they can. I want people to get inside and start taking a look at the information. Now, I said this is almost over. Our first webinar, our first training webinar is taking place Wednesday night. That's 48 hours from now. So you've got a day and a half to get in, to download some stuff, to read the guide. And if you're serious about your success online, don't think for a minute that a plugin will solve your hopes and dreams. A plugin can help. A plugin can save you time. I've sold plugins. They're great. But you can have the Ferrari, but if you don't know how to drive it, it just doesn't matter. If you can't figure how to get on the inside of the Ferrari or where the keys go, it doesn't matter. Now, like I said, the first coaching webinar is in 2 days, on the 19th of June. And already, there are well over 300 people in the program. And I'm closing the doors at 500 or by the time we get to that first webinar. So the price is increasing, the doors are going to be closing, and it's really, we all have to start at the same spot. You can't start this thing at the end of July. You're going to feel disconnected. You're going to feel behind. I know that because I've done this many times, and for that reason, I closed the doors. So you can access right now today the Revenge of the Affiliates. It's yours for $497. It's a one-time payment. Everything that I've shared with you is included. You won't pay the software, or you won't pay for the software. There's no monthly fee for the software. There's no additional fee that will be added to the software later. You get access for the lifetime, and it's all included. One payment, $497. And I'll even mention that software, Danny Ramdini, we're talking about what we're going to add to it. And I can't wait for that first training webinar because I've got all kinds of ideas. I'm not ready to lay down and stop. I'm just getting warmed up. Now, you've got a 45-day, 100% money-back guarantee. If you're not happy, you get back to me. You email me at brianjohnsoncoaching@gmail.com, and I will personally refund your money no matter what. You're not satisfied to get your money back. Keep the PDFs. Keep the knowledge that you gain. Attend the webinars. Get started and see if I can help you generate results. And if you're not satisfied, you can get your money back. And I'm confident in providing that because I've done this many times and people get results. Patsy messaged me on Facebook about 3 weeks ago. In fact, she just purchased today because she heard it was closing, and she doesn't want to miss out again. She purchased a coaching program for $497 not too long ago, and she said it was the best investment she's ever made. She's on the inside. She's part of my family. And here's what I've got. I really want you guys to get in. I want you to jump inside, and if you buy tonight, you'll get access to a pre-made cover. This cost me $40, and you'll be able to get an amazing cover made from this designer on the website goonandwrite.com. Okay? I'll pay for that cover for you. I'll take it out of my commission. Now you might think, you know, I'm getting paid all this money, but I tell you, I've got a lot of expenses in this thing. I had to pay for that software to be developed. That cost a lot of money, thousands of dollars. I've got percentages for sales copy guys, and I've got percentages for people making videos, sales videos, and I've got a lot of people that are generating sales for me, and they get paid a lot. So $40 from my end is a lot of money, but I want to do it as the killer Monday night bonus. So if you access revengeoftheaffiliates.com/webinar special, and if you buy this tonight, and if I see that your receipt says it was bought on the 17th, you're going to go ahead and I'm going to get you the pre-made cover for free. I'll send you details of that in the next 48 hours. Okay, so that's it, guys. This is the opportunity. If you are still here, if you've sat through the whole presentation, you've got everything in your favor. You've got the money back guarantee. You've got a system that's proven. I've gone through the path, right? I've got stuck at the detour. I've made some mistakes, and that's honed my system. I figured out how to convert more. I figured out how to drive more traffic. And now you have a chance to really focus, to jump in, to get the kind of personal access and training that can help you to move forward and truly get results. And when I sent out that email asking for testimonials, Mario sends me back this and he says, what a great investment. A mere 3 weeks after purchasing the program, I had my first book published and it made $600 in my first month. Now, 7 months later, Mario has earned $11,550 in royalties. This is a real opportunity. It's backed up by a real system, and it was produced by a guy that took the time to do it right. And I just didn't push it out when it was a hot topic. I waited, and I let it brew and cook and mature, and that's what I have ready for you tonight. So when you buy this tonight, guys, you're going to get all that good stuff. You're going to get the software. You're going to get the coaching. You're going to get access to the webinars. Now, if you can't attend the webinar, there will certainly be a replay. And it's all available when you buy tonight, June 17th. You'll also get the pre-made cover. That will save you a boatload of money. And it will give you something that you can bank on. It will give you an asset that you can leverage. Okay? So I hope you guys found this information to be helpful. And I truly want you to jump in and take action. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take you to the website here. Let's go to okay. I'm going to open up the chat box. If you open up your chat box, I'm going to send you the link. You're going to simply click the link. It'll take you to this page, Webinar Special. You'll get access to everything I share and that incredible bonus of a pre-made cover. And you have a chance to jump in right now and save yourself so much time and energy and whatnot. And, you know, what I want you to do is trust your gut. If this sounds like a good opportunity, if you believe that this could make you money, if you believe what I'm saying is true, if you think that this formula is everything I say it is, and you feel it could help you to move forward, then for goodness sakes, take a bit of a risk. Step out on the ledge. I've got you covered. You've got the money back guarantee. Trust your intuition. Trust your gut feeling. Click the link in the chat bar. jump over to revengeoftheaffiliates.com webinar special, make the purchase, and secure your position, because this offer is going away in a few days. It has to. This is not a digital product. This is coaching, and I'm getting started in a few days. I don't want you guys to miss out. How much of your time can you handle trying to figure it out? How much frustration can you handle trying to figure it out? How much headaches can you handle trying to figure out how to format? This is it. This is a system, what to do, how to do it. I'm telling you, do this, follow these steps, and if you do that, you're going to get these results. And already, my members are doing just that, and they are reporting back to me. They are on the forum, and they're saying, holy smokes, really excited. Brian, this works. I made sales. I can't wait to see where this leads. This is not a digital product. This is an event. I can only do these ever so often. It takes time and preparation. It takes results. It takes a tremendous amount of energy and drive, and the time has come. And what I want to know, is this the time and space that is going to bookmark the date that you went out, took action, implemented, and said, holy smokes, I'm so excited about the results that I'm getting. Because I know so many people are going to get tremendous results. It's already started to happen. So if you jump over, if you open up the chat box and you click that link, you'll be eligible for the bonus, the Monday night bonus. You'll get the pre-made cover that's valued at $40. You'll get access to the software, the training. You'll sign up for the webinar. You'll be on the inside. I don't want you to be wondering what would have happened if I just would have done that thing. You know, it seemed like the guy had it pretty well figured out. He showed me some pretty good results. And I was excited to see other people that were doing so well. I don't want you to be left out. This is your chance to do, to be a part of the doers, to finally be so excited about the results that I know you can generate. And it starts when you click on that link, head to that web page, and get started. Okay? Guys, I want to thank you for spending time with me tonight. I'm super excited about this program. I'm really excited about publishing with Kindle. And I'm going to do a few things. If you've got some questions, I think, Mason, you had some questions. Bob, I was asking for the screen. I just put it back on. Okay, so if you guys have some questions, I'll certainly take your questions and we'll address those right now. If you've got any questions, I'll go ahead and I'll take those now and we'll move forward. So Richard's asking for illustrations. What I would say, if you do want to do illustrations, is go on Odesk or go on some of the outsourcing sites. VWorker is another great source, and just hire someone, post a job that you want to hire someone that can move forward and help you with illustrations. Okay? And if you go to VWorker, it's actually called now, I think it's Odesk. They changed their name 3 times. First it was Rent-A-Coder, then it was VWorker, and now it's a new name. But if you search for VWorker, you'll be redirected. Post a job, and that's a great way. What steps do I take besides free promos? Really, Michael, that's the primary methods I'm using. Now, I do have some other sources as well to help really juice this thing, and I've got a list of websites that actually will post your book for free to help you get more search traffic, and they'll end up linking to your Amazon page. That can improve your Google rankings as well. So I do have some other strategies that I use to really push out my book to a number of people. Also, video is another way to move forward. But I'll be honest with you, and I want you to understand that, you know, everything that I taught tonight is really my core focus. I don't want to screw around doing a lot of those other things if I don't have to. If I can follow my 6 steps, move forward, if I can learn them well, I can get great results, and I don't have to think about other things. Susan, really good question. And Susan says, the timing is not great. Will I miss too much? Will I be able to catch up? And what I would say, Susan, is this, that everything is going to be recorded. And honestly, you can do this with about 5 hours minimum per week. And as much as 10 hours, 10 hours per week is more than enough to get some amazing results. Now, if you're going to be gone in July, you can absolutely come back. You can spend time once you're back, and you can get caught up. This program is going to go into September. Really, we're not getting started until July. So are you going to be behind? I'm not going to kid you. You're going to be a bit behind. Do I think you can catch up? Absolutely. Do I think this is something you might want to think about? Absolutely, because I truly believe that the information, the system, the software, the training, the steps I've taken can help you when you get back. And if you jump in now, you're going to be committed to this thing, and you're not going to be wondering. You're going to be excited to get going. And I know you followed me a while, Susan, and I believe that you can achieve some pretty exciting results because a lot of people are doing just that. So food for thought, I would absolutely come in now if you can, because it's not going to be available anytime soon. It might not be available anytime this year. I don't know when the next time will be when I release this information once again. To do the webinars and whatnot is taxing. It takes a lot of time. And as I said, July is the first month, and I know you've been doing this a while. I think you can make it happen. So guys, we're going to start wrapping it up. I want to leave you with a few more things, okay? If you open up your chat box in the toolbar that you have with GoToMeeting, and you open up the chat, you'll see the link. Click the link, jump on to the page, and access this while you can, because it's not going to be available much longer. This is going to help so many people, and I want you to be one of those folks. I want you to send me a testimonial like you've seen tonight. It can happen for other folks. It's already happening for the folks that have bought in the last week, and your chance is now. If you don't join me on this adventure, things might stay the same. And the sad fact is for a lot of you, chances are they might not be the greatest right now. Staying the same might be kind of sucky. You might keep trying to figure out how to make this work. You might keep looking at products that take you in different directions. Now, what if things actually get worse? What if you really need an extra $1,000 a month and you don't take me up on this offer? You could absolutely be earning $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a month in the next 90 days to 6 months. I've seen it happen already. I'm seeing it happen right now. And I know people are going to be jumping on board. Good. I'm glad the sound's back. And Michael, I'm glad you're in. Welcome. And a lot of people are jumping in. And I'm excited for you guys, because I don't want you to be on the sidelines wondering what happened. I don't want you needing that extra revenue and you don't have it because things stayed the same. If you don't make a change, how can things get different? How can they get better? This is your opportunity to jump in now, to make a change. I get it. This is not cheap. This is $500. But this is real money. This is real value. Okay? I don't know what real money is, but truly this is real value. I'm putting myself on the line for months. I've put in lots of energy and time and financial resources, aka money, to build the software. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. And Jay, it's all good. I hope everybody here really found this information of help. And regardless of your decision, I want you to move forward and take a look at Kindle. And the last thing I want to say is figure out how to make it happen. Listen, if you focus, if you truly focus, if you truly take action, it's already working for so many people. You can be next. Already, so many people are making money right now. So guys, I'm Brian G. Johnson. I want you to access the website, revengeoftheaffiliates.com, webinar special, right? And if you access that site, webinar special, you will be able to jump in Mary says, I'm trying to replace a $10,000 per month income. It sounds like this is hobby income. Is that true? This course? I'll tell you, Mary, there are people that are earning $10,000 a month right now. I'm earning very, very good money. I'm earning job-ending money. And if one of the things I would consider, Mary, is that if you're trying to figure out how to replace a substantial amount of money, I want you to look at very real opportunities. I want you to look at opportunities that truly are making large sums of money for people. Do I think you can replace that kind of income? Yeah, absolutely. Do I think you're going to have to work? You're going to have to spend a lot of time. If you're making that kind of money, full-time income, you're going to have to put in 40 hours a week. But, you know, at the same time, I'm doing it. I've replaced my earnings as a chef. I'm making more than that. I'm driving traffic. I'm getting leads. I'm selling other products. There's a lot of way to scale this, okay? How many books do I have now? I have about 20. I've got a few more, Michael, that are ready to publish. I've just been too busy. I'm too busy. I'm going into training and teaching mode. But I can't wait to put out more books. I just registered a new domain. I'm going to be creating a series of books, and the series of books is going to be called Kid Traffic. Kind of fun, kind of kooky. I'm going to talk about internet marketing. I'm going to go into internet marketing with my books now because that's something that consumers are buying. I'm also going to do some books on cooking, very, very lucrative. I've got great pictures on my iPad from foods, dinners that I've created and cooked. And I can't wait to publish that. My earnings will continue to grow. Whether you need an extra 1,000 or 15,000, this can be the one. This can happen. I'm doing this. I hope you guys will really think about this. Okay, guys, I'm going to roll. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I hope to see you on the inside. I'm Brian Johnson. Thank you very much, and I will see you on the inside. Take care, guys.